What if the reason you found this video wasn't by chance but by design? There's a hidden force that governs the outcomes of our lives, a force only a small percentage ever tap into. The truth is, the way you think, feel, and act creates your reality. Today, you'll discover why only 1% of people can truly harness this power and what it means if you're one of them. In this video, we'll explore the key traits and habits that separate the top 1% from the rest. More importantly, you'll learn practical steps to align your thoughts and emotions with the life you desire. These insights can shift your perspective, elevate your potential, and unlock doors you never imagined possible. This isn't just information, it's transformation. If you're ready to break free from limits and step into a new reality, this is your moment. Join us on this journey of awakening and empowerment. Subscribe now and become part of a community that's rewriting the script of possibility together. Let's begin. Writing that flows naturally has a magnetic quality, pulling readers effortlessly from one thought to the next. It's like a river where each idea cascades smoothly into the following one, leaving no space for abrupt stops or distractions. When crafting content, the focus should always be on continuity, ensuring that every sentence feels like it belongs not just as a standalone idea, but as part of a larger narrative. Defining the concept of the top 1% is an excellent exercise in maintaining this natural flow. The term itself sparks curiosity. In different contexts, it represents the pinnacle of achievement, whether in wealth, success, or unique skills. But what truly defines this elite group? It's not just about numbers or percentages, it's about the intangible qualities that elevate them. This distinction isn't something static, it evolves, inviting exploration. As soon as you begin to understand one aspect, another emerges, seamlessly extending the conversation. Consider wealth, for example. The top 1% isn't simply a financial threshold, it's a representation of a mindset, a way of thinking and decision making that allows certain individuals to consistently rise above the average. It's not just about accumulation, it's about strategy, discipline, and perspective. This naturally leads to another question: is it all about money, or is success in life about something more expansive? And here the conversation broadens. Skills are another dimension of the top 1%, whether it's a musician who masters their craft, a scientist breaking boundaries, or a leader inspiring change. Being in the top tier is less about competition and more about a commitment to excellence. These individuals don't reach their level of success in isolation. Their stories intertwine with their environments, challenges, and triumphs, each piece fitting into a larger narrative. There's a natural progression in their journey that mirrors the way a well-constructed piece of writing unfolds. The allure of the top 1% lies in its mystique. It captivates because it feels both distant and attainable, like something just within reach if the right steps are taken. And this allure connects to the broader idea of flow in writing. Just as people are drawn to the concept of excellence, they're equally drawn to writing that doesn't disrupt their engagement. Every idea should feel like an invitation to keep reading, a gentle nudge forward that never lets the momentum fade. When you write, think of how conversations unfold naturally. They don't have formal conclusions, they pivot, expand, and deepen. Good writing mimics this, offering a sense of discovery rather than a destination. Each paragraph becomes a bridge, not an endpoint, ensuring the reader is continually moving forward without feeling rushed or cut short. This approach doesn't rely on summaries or repetitive statements to fill gaps, it thrives on connection and coherence. The goal is always to keep the reader immersed. Writing should feel alive, with every word serving a purpose. By prioritizing flow, your message becomes not just heard but felt, resonating long after the last word is read. The traits that define the top 1% are often the very qualities that keep them moving forward, unaffected by the obstacles that might slow others down. Among these, unwavering discipline stands as a foundation. Discipline isn't about rigid routines or denying oneself enjoyment, it's about consistency, the kind that transforms potential into reality. Those who belong to the top 1% often cultivate habits that may seem simple on the surface, like rising early or dedicating specific hours to deep, focused work. Yet these routines are the backbone of their success, creating a structure that supports their goals. For example, consider the individual who commits to daily reflection or planning. That small act, performed regularly, compounds over time, leading to monumental shifts in productivity and clarity. Discipline creates a framework for growth, ensuring that the big picture remains in focus even when life throws distractions their way. From this steadiness, the next trait naturally follows: the pursuit of continuous learning. The top 1% never stop asking questions or seeking out new knowledge. Lifelong learning isn't just about formal education, it's a mindset that values curiosity and adaptability. In a world that changes rapidly, the ability to learn, unlearn, and relearn is what keeps them ahead. Think of a tech entrepreneur constantly updating their skills or an artist reinventing their style to stay relevant. The most successful individuals understand that staying stagnant is not an option. They see every experience, whether a success or a failure, as an opportunity to grow. This mindset not only fuels their drive, but also connects seamlessly to their resilience. Resilience and perseverance are the hallmarks of those who thrive in the face of adversity. For the top 1%, setbacks are not failures, they are stepping stones. They embrace challenges not as roadblocks, but as opportunities to strengthen their resolve. Consider the stories of iconic figures who faced countless rejections before breaking through. Each rejection wasn't an end, it was a lesson, a chance to refine their approach and push forward with greater determination. These traits, discipline, continuous learning, and resilience, are not isolated. They weave together, each supporting the other in a cycle of growth and achievement. Discipline provides the structure to learn, learning equips one with the tools to face challenges, resilience ensures that the journey continues, no matter the obstacles. This interconnectedness creates a natural flow, both in the lives of the top 1% and in the way their stories inspire others. The beauty of these traits is that they're not reserved for the elite. Anyone can cultivate them with intentional effort and a shift in perspective. When one trait is strengthened, the others naturally follow, creating a momentum that is hard to stop. The process isn't linear, it's a continuous cycle of improvement, each moment building upon the last. Writing, much like life, mirrors this flow, always progressing, always evolving without the need for a formal conclusion. Habits that lead to success often stem from a foundation of intentional actions repeated over time. Among these, goal setting emerges as a cornerstone. Setting clear, achievable goals is like giving yourself a roadmap. It defines where you're headed and why it matters. The most successful individuals don't just set vague intentions, they craft specific, measurable objectives that provide clarity and purpose. For instance, instead of saying, I want to get healthier, they might say, I will work out for 30 minutes, 5 days a week. Breaking larger goals into smaller, manageable steps creates a sense of momentum, making even the most ambitious aspirations feel within reach. Effective goal setting also requires regular reflection. It's not about writing a list once and forgetting it, it's about revisiting and refining your goals as you grow. This habit encourages adaptability, allowing you to adjust course without losing sight of your bigger vision. Tools like journaling or digital planners can help track progress, but the real power lies in the discipline of consistently checking in with yourself. As you work toward your goals, another habit becomes essential: building strong networks and relationships. Success rarely happens in isolation. Connecting with others opens doors, creates opportunities, and provides support during challenges. Networking doesn't have to feel transactional, it's about genuine engagement and mutual growth. A quick conversation with someone at an event or a thoughtful follow up email can be the spark that leads to collaborations or mentorship. The key is authenticity. People are drawn to those who show interest in their experiences and ideas. Maintaining relationships is equally important. It's not just about meeting people, it's about staying connected. A quick check in message or sharing a resource you think might be helpful can strengthen bonds over time. Think of networking as planting seeds. Some connections will grow into partnerships immediately, while others may flourish years later. Either way, the relationships you nurture become a valuable part of your journey. To manage the demands of pursuing goals and fostering relationships, effective time management becomes critical. Time is the one resource you can't replenish, so using it wisely is non negotiable. Techniques like prioritization can help ensure that your energy is directed toward what matters most. Starting the day by identifying your top 3 priorities can create focus, while time blocking ensures you have dedicated periods to tackle each task without distractions. Delegation is another game changer. You don't have to do everything yourself. Knowing when to ask for help or assign tasks to others can free up your time for higher impact activities. Even small changes like limiting multitasking or scheduling breaks can significantly enhance productivity. Each habit, goal setting, networking, and time management intertwines with the others. Clear goals guide your relationships. Strong networks support your time management by providing resources and collaboration. These habits don't stand alone, they create a cycle of growth, each building on the last, propelling you forward in a seamless rhythm. The key is to start, adapt, and let the process evolve naturally. Habits that lead to success often stem from a foundation of intentional actions repeated over time. Among these, goal setting emerges as a cornerstone. Setting clear, achievable goals is like giving yourself a roadmap that defines where you're headed and why it matters. The most successful individuals don't just set vague intentions, they craft specific, measurable objectives that provide clarity and purpose. For instance, instead of saying, I want to get healthier, they might say, I will work out for 30 minutes, 5 days a week. Breaking larger goals into smaller, manageable steps creates a sense of momentum, making even the most ambitious aspirations feel within reach. Effective goal setting also requires regular reflection. It's not about writing a list once and forgetting it, it's about revisiting and refining your goals as you grow. This habit encourages adaptability, allowing you to adjust course without losing sight of your bigger vision. Tools like journaling or digital planners can help track progress, but the real power lies in the discipline of consistently checking in with yourself. As you work toward your goals, another habit becomes essential: building strong networks and relationships. Success rarely happens in isolation. Connecting with others opens doors, creates opportunities, and provides support during challenges. Networking doesn't have to feel transactional, it's about genuine engagement and mutual growth. A quick conversation with someone at an event or a thoughtful follow up email can be the spark that leads to collaborations or mentorship. The key is authenticity. People are drawn to those who show interest in their experiences and ideas. Maintaining relationships is equally important. It's not just about meeting people, it's about staying connected. A quick check in message or sharing a resource you think might be helpful can strengthen bonds over time. Think of networking as planting seeds. Some connections will grow into partnerships immediately, while others may flourish years later. Either way, the relationships you nurture become a valuable part of your journey. To manage the demands of pursuing goals and fostering relationships, effective time management becomes critical. Time is the one resource you can't replenish, so using it wisely is non negotiable. Techniques like prioritization can help ensure that your energy is directed toward what matters most. Starting the day by identifying your top 3 priorities can create focus, while time blocking ensures you have dedicated periods to tackle each task without distractions. Delegation is another game changer. You don't have to do everything yourself. Knowing when to ask for help or assign tasks to others can free up your time for higher impact activities. Even small changes like limiting multitasking or scheduling breaks can significantly enhance productivity. Each habit, goal setting, networking, and time management intertwines with the others. Clear goals guide your relationships, strong networks support your time management by providing resources and collaboration. These habits don't stand alone, they create a cycle of growth, each building on the last, propelling you forward in a seamless rhythm. The key is to start, adapt, and let the process evolve naturally. When we think about the top 1%, certain myths and misconceptions often cloud the conversation. One of the most common is the belief that success at this level is purely a result of luck. It's easy to assume that being in the right place at the right time is what makes the difference, but the reality is far more nuanced. Luck, if anything, tends to favor those who are prepared, those who have worked consistently and strategically to position themselves for opportunities when they arise. The idea of luck alone dismisses the countless hours of effort, learning, and perseverance that lay the foundation for success. Another misconception revolves around inherent talent. Many assume the top 1% are simply born with extraordinary abilities that set them apart. While natural talent can play a role, it's rarely the defining factor. Hard work, determination, and the willingness to refine skills over time often outweigh raw ability. Consider athletes who train relentlessly or entrepreneurs who spend years honing their business acumen. These individuals weren't handed their success, they built it step by step through focused effort and strategic decision making. Strategy is another element often overlooked when discussing the top 1%. Success isn't just about working hard, it's about working smart. This means identifying the most effective paths to achieve goals, leveraging strengths, and adapting to challenges along the way. The myth of the overnight success story, for instance, obscures the reality that most achievements are the result of years of behind the scenes preparation. The polished final product might appear effortless, but the process is anything but. There's also a tendency to romanticize success as something unattainable for the average person. The narrative that the top 1% operate in a world completely separate from everyone else creates a sense of division that isn't entirely accurate. While their achievements may be extraordinary, the principles that guide their success, discipline, resilience, and continuous learning, are accessible to anyone willing to adopt them. This realization shifts the focus from admiration to action, encouraging individuals to apply similar strategies in their own lives. Another myth worth addressing is the idea that those in the top 1% have everything figured out. Success doesn't eliminate challenges or failures, it often amplifies them. The difference lies in how these individuals respond to setbacks. Instead of seeing failure as an endpoint, they view it as a learning opportunity, a stepping stone toward future success. This mindset, more than anything else, is what propels them forward. By unpacking these myths, it becomes clear that the path to extraordinary success isn't as mysterious or exclusive as it may seem. Each misconception, when examined closely, reveals a deeper truth about the effort, strategy, and persistence required to excel. The process of debunking these myths doesn't just clarify the reality of the top 1%, it also provides a roadmap for those striving to achieve their own version of success. In breaking down the barriers of misunderstanding, the conversation becomes one of empowerment and possibility, leaving no room for limitations. Emulating the habits and traits of the top 1% isn't about imitating them outright, it's about identifying principles that resonate with your goals and applying them in a way that fits your life. The first step is self assessment. Take time to reflect on where you are right now. What are your strengths? What areas need improvement? This isn't about judgment or comparison, it's about clarity. Knowing your starting point helps you set a course that feels achievable and aligned with your values. Once you have a clear understanding of your current position, the next step is to set focused, actionable goals. Avoid vague ambitions like be successful or work harder. Instead, define what success looks like for you in specific, measurable terms. If you want to improve your productivity, set a goal like I will dedicate 2 hours every morning to my most important tasks. Clear goals not only guide your actions, but also give you a sense of accomplishment as you make progress. With goals in place, the key is to develop consistent habits that support them. Start small. Rather than overhauling your entire routine overnight, focus on one or two changes you can stick with. For instance, if you're working on discipline, commit to waking up 15 minutes earlier each day to plan your priorities. Small steps build momentum, and over time, they transform into lasting habits. The top 1% didn't become who they are through sporadic efforts, they achieved their success through daily, intentional actions. Another crucial step is to surround yourself with the right people. The top 1% often attribute their success to the relationships they've built along the way. Seek out individuals who inspire you, challenge you, and support your growth. This doesn't mean you have to abandon old relationships, but it does mean being mindful of the energy and influences you allow into your life. Positive, ambitious people naturally motivate you to aim higher. Adaptability is also essential. As you move forward, you'll encounter challenges and unexpected changes. Rather than viewing these as setbacks, see them as opportunities to learn and adjust. Flexibility allows you to stay on course without getting stuck in rigid plans. The most successful people don't cling to what isn't working, they pivot and refine their approach. Lastly, remember that patience is part of the process. The top 1% didn't achieve their goals overnight, and neither will you. Celebrate small victories along the way and don't be discouraged by temporary setbacks. Progress is rarely linear, but it's always moving forward when you stay committed. Every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goals. By focusing on clarity, consistency, and adaptability, you're not just imitating the top 1%, you're creating your own path to success, one step at a time. Each choice builds on the last, forming a foundation that grows stronger with every effort. And so the journey continues without pause or finality, only forward momentum. As we wrap up, take a moment to reflect on what we've explored today. The traits and habits of the top 1%, discipline, continuous learning, resilience, and intentional action, aren't out of reach. They're stepping stones to a life of purpose, growth, and success. By adopting even one of these practices, you're setting yourself on a path to not just dream bigger, but to achieve more. This isn't about perfection or overnight transformation, it's about progress. Each small step you take creates momentum, and before you know it, you'll look back and see how far you've come. If this video has inspired you, let us know what's one habit or trait you're going to work on starting today. Drop it in the comments, we'd love to hear from you and be part of your journey. If you found value in this, give the video a like and share it with someone who might need this encouragement too. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insights, tools, and motivation to help you unlock your potential. Together, we're building a community where success isn't just a possibility, it's a reality. See you in the next one.